welcome to the Sacred Light Collective podcast. You are with Ali. Hello, dear friends. I cannot believe we are at the end of 2023 and that this will be my last episode for the year. And it's been a whole 12 months, well, actually a little bit more than 12 months since I started this podcast, but it just feels like it's been such a journey. And as I feel into where we began here in the Sacred Light Collective and the journey that I have been on, that we have been on together over this year, it just really blows my mind. And I truly appreciate every single one of you who has followed me, listened and supported me in any small way. Because without you here co-creating this, it wouldn't have been the same. And I'm just so grateful for you witnessing my own stumbling, bumbling growth through this process. And it feels as though we've really been learning and growing together. And I just truly love that. I really do. And as I prepare to sign off for the year, I'm also closing off what was an epically long season 1 of this podcast and prepare for a small break from the podcast as she feels really ready for a change herself, and the expression I am feeling coming through is more direct leadership from my higher self. And so while I feel into feel into and prepare for what that is, I hope you will hang tight and be open to joining me again later in January for a new season and a new focus for us here. I really wanted to dive in and touch on some of what I'm feeling is coming up in the energy themes for 2024. And it's been so interesting because it's not something that I have tuned in specifically for, but that I have felt coming forward for myself over the last 4 weeks or so. And then I've started to notice that reflection of coming through in conversations and in session work and in just speaking to people in the community, and seeing what everyone's talking about. And so the first really big theme that I'm feeling is a theme of self-healing. And when I say self-healing, what I mean is really taking responsibility for your own healing, quote unquote, your own journey. And so maybe that's learning, studying, experimenting, channeling for yourself more, connecting more with your higher self, your heart, to undertake more of a self-guided journey and healing rather than seeking the immediate external assistance, immediately seeking outside of yourself. Or at least beginning to connect to self-healing before reaching out to others for support. Becoming aware of your own inner resources and capabilities and your gifts that can actually propel your own growth and healing and expansion in a far greater way. And I think we underestimate ourselves, and this is coming up for me too. This is coming up into my awareness about really really seeing where I still am externally resourcing or seeking instead of coming into the resources that I'm holding. Now, that's not to say that we won't seek assistance from any healers or teachers or mentors or, whoever it might be, but we'll be asked to just be more accountable for our own experience, for ourselves, because that's really part of the deeper remembering that you are a creator being. You're a being of sovereign nature. You have a field of sovereignty. That you are made in the image and the likeness and the essence of the Creator. And therefore you have the same ability to create, to manifest, to utilize divine will to impact your sovereign experience in this physical form, on this physical plane. And this comes forward really alongside an awareness of deeper heart awakening. And you'll know I've been talking about that for quite some time. I have been feeling it myself for probably the last 4 or 5 weeks, maybe even a little more. But I can sense that this is becoming, or bringing more awareness, should I say, more awareness of coming into the heart. And you can see how this theme combines with the self-healing in terms of connecting more, being drawn more into your own heart, and this opportunity to open and expand your heart portal to access more of your divinity, your sovereign nature, to bring more of that higher self into your body. So I feel as though, we're not being only asked to open and expand even more, but that this is really calling our awareness into our hearts as the first point of call. And I'm really feeling this, not just our heart chakra energy as well. This is high heart. This is really expanding and awakening and opening of the inner heart portal so that we can embody, that we can hold more of our higher consciousness. And this, enables us to become one, to really bring that unity within the physical body with the spirit and the human, the spirit and the earth. And this really feels like, for me, not just being the bridge between heaven and earth, but to really become the portal. So allowing the infinite flow between both fields or both worlds, as you like rather than sensing that we have, the heaven, the stars, the cosmos, and then we have the earth, the physical plane. We're really bringing that together, and that's coming together through us. And so again, you can see how important it is that self-healing, or the self-responsibility, self-accountability, creative accountability is so aligned with coming more into the heart, more into the inner connection, coming into those inner resources rather than seeking externally. Because even as light workers, and I put my hand up, I spent many, many years doing this. We come out of the body, we seek what is outside of us in the stars, going home to heaven, whatever you want to call it, the cosmos. And really what we are learning and discovering more and more is that we are here to be on the physical plane, but we're here to bring that spirit, that essence, that divinity here to the physical plane. So we really are bringing heaven to earth. So with all of these unfolding as these overarching themes, let's say, is what I feel, I also think that we are going to be asked to expand outside of our comfort zones. And for some of us, like myself, I feel like I am being asked to expand outside of my comfort zone even more over this next 12 months or more. This is kind of inevitable, isn't it? Because when we are going within, when we're going deeper, when we're taking responsibility, we're being accountable, of course that is going to stretch us into some uncomfortable spaces, some new spaces to change. And, we've talked a lot this year about change and transformation, and about how, as seekers of this, that we have to also accept that will bring the uncomfortable, that the shadow will step forward, because through the shadow is where we find the growth and the change and the transformation. And I really feel that I am and will be expanding further, and will be asked to take action and to step in more of my own inner authority and leadership than I ever have been before. And I don't think that I am the only person that applies to. And that's why I wanted to share it here, because I think that I know that there is many of you who are with me on this. And in fact, the image that our guides are dropping in right now is linked arm in arm, and we're doing this together. And so sometimes it can feel like, as a leader, a way shower, it can feel like we're taking that first step and we're moving before others do. But there are many of us doing that too. And so I feel like this image and what our guides are wanting us to know is that we're not alone in doing this. And that's where the importance of this community and this connection, isn't it, of coming together and being able to do what we're being called to do, and to do it with the support of others, that we are one in doing this, that we are all working towards the same mission and the same purpose. And I don't discount that there is some slight trepidation that comes forward, because I feel that myself. But as I witness that, as I hold that, feeling that it's a little daunting, am I prepared? Do I really want this, or can I do it? There's also such a deep part of me that is my beautiful higher self, who is just so calm and solid and grounded within me. And it's really allowing me to hold this tension and this resistance without creating any more unrest, any more stories or narratives, without creating any more fear. I'm able to just simply hold it and witness it. And that is something new for me. And that is something that I've been working towards probably for more than 12 months now. And so I feel like this is a really powerful moment to share with you, because my friends, I feel it's important for you to hold, to remember, to take note of this. Even remember my words and the frequency here, and come back to this remembering over the year. But there is a way forward. This is, let's call it the new earth frequency. This is being the new human, where we can feel the trepidation or the fear of where we're being asked to expand into, to step into, but we can also just hold that tension and resistance. We can hold it in neutrality. We can just hold it with some peace and love. And we cannot let it deter us or pull us from the path. Rather, we get to simply love those parts of us that are feeling that and bring them into the fold, to bring them more into the heart. And that's where the power of the heart awakening, opening, expansion is so powerful, because the more you allow the heart to open, the more you bring into the heart, into the light, to the love of you within your heart, of source, of creator, of God. The more empowered you are to stand in whatever comes, and more empowered with that neutrality, because it doesn't have to be good or bad or positive or negative. It is just the experience, and it gets to just be the experience. And I really want to share a little guidance from my higher self to accompany that message, because this is something over the last 4 to 6 months that my higher self has been sharing with me when I sit in conversation with her, or when I am in a bit of inner turmoil about stepping into the expansion. My higher self will say to me, "It is time for a courageous heart." Or I might just hear courageous heart. And I know that that means whatever I am facing is in my truth. It is true for me. So despite what the fear is, the doubt, the lack, that I must really listen, honor, lean into it, and step into courage, to step into my heart and to allow my heart to lead me through the new, the change, the expansion. And so I share that with you because I think that we often forget the courage that we have within us, the courage that is part of our innate being. It is a divine quality. And I love that advice because I feel like it empowers me too, to remember that I have what I need to move through this. And so you can see that we're coming away from that external sourcing or resourcing, and we're coming within to the internal resources, to all that we have within us, and remembering this and taking this with us. You know, alongside of that too, my higher self has been really encouraging me to be bold. That's another couple of words that I've heard a lot over the last 6 months. To be bold. And that feels uncomfortable. That really feels uncomfortable for someone, and for those that have been along this whole journey with me, know that being seen in my expression and allowing that truth to be shared and my gifts to be shared is quite challenging. And so I can see where this latter part of 2023 has been preparing me for the big step up onto the platform in 2024. And so I've had these moments of really, employing my courageous heart and being bold, being brave and stepping out, because it's been preparing me for this stretch that I feel is coming. And I'm laughing a little bit because it does feel uncomfortable, but it also feels so right at the same time. And that's how you know it's aligned with your truth, right? Don't you? That's part of also the knowing, the feeling and the sensing that, yep, it's uncomfortable. Yep, there's a bit of fear in that unknown, but also there's such a big part of me that knows this is where I'm heading and where I'm going. Now, of course, my friends, as always, this is just what I'm feeling and receiving and channeling in. So please connect to your own heart, your higher self, and run it through your own discernment field. Just simply holding awareness of these themes if they feel aligned and resonant for you. So that's the part of the self-healing, the self-responsibility or accountability is also, running all of this through whether it resonates with you, because we are all at different stages of our journeys and we're all also channeling, what might be within our consciousness field at that time. And it might not be there for you, or it might have already been there for you. It might be to come. So tune in and don't take it, I guess that's another great point, is to take whatever you receive, whether that is from me or other channelers or your social media, and really tune into whether this feels aligned for me as well. I think that sometimes we feel like we need to digest all of the information that we're receiving, and there's so many different pieces people are sharing and different themes and different connections, and it can be a little overwhelming sometimes. And this is where it's important to really trust yourself and to remember that you know exactly what you need and you know what is true and aligned for you. And so that's going to be something that I feel like I'm going to keep reiterating as well, because it's such an important piece for all of us, even myself, to continue to remember to always begin by trusting your own heart and what you feel, your own higher self, your own guidance. But with all that said, to support you in also walking your path to empowerment, self-healing, to sovereignty, I have felt guided to really focus on opening up the Reiki 1 and 2 workshops again. So really bringing them consistently forward through 2024 to facilitate, for those who've not experienced the healing art of Reiki, to be attuned into discovering self-practice in particular. Because my own Reiki journey was the catalyst for my spiritual awakening, and the energy work, the awareness quite literally changed my life. So I will be hosting both in-person and virtual attunements beginning in February 2024. So be on the lookout for some more info in January. I have, though, opened up a registration of interest. So if you see the show notes, you can register for first access to these exciting opportunities to create through the beautiful energy of Reiki. I also still offer the virtual one-on-one session for light language attunement, if you like, or supporting you to open or clear any blocks that you're feeling with your light language. So that is another little offer that is still available, or is available, if you are someone that's exploring your light language as well. And I also will be bringing in a small group program. And this will carry on the theme of the heart awakening and expansion. And I've talked about that before, but I really feel like it's really important for me to step into the service of supporting those that feel called to this. And this will likely be a scenario of 3 group calls once a week, opportunity with 2 one-on-ones, because we're going to be journeying with heart activation and deeper remembering, inner connection to your sovereignty, to your higher self, to really create more embodied expression of your higher consciousness and to empower you to lead from within, to create, to manifest, and to really take that creative accountability for your life experience. So there are going to be so many amazing opportunities to connect and co-create, as both these opportunities or offerings will be run regularly throughout 2024. I still, as I said, still have plenty of one-on-one options of in-person and virtual. There is the Star Mothers Worldwide circles and retreats, and be on the lookout if you are aligned with the Star Mothers or you are looking for that connection, that community. And the portal, which is free to access, there is so much content in there, and there is a lot of exchanging, sharing of messages. It's such a safe place to also start to, express yourself, start to share your truth, start to allow yourself to be seen, in your authenticity. And there is the option for also receiving, a connection through a virtual circle monthly, worldwide, and we're also creating on a local level. So there'll be a retreat, at least one, maybe two in-person retreats in 2024. But again, in January, Lauren and myself, who are coordinating for Australia, will be opening up a virtual circle to kind of connect, and you can get a feel for that as to whether that's something that you are interested in to support, again, your journey. So with all of that, I feel like that was a lot, but it was how I just really wanted to share the themes that were coming up and how I'm being called in to support you with that, so that you can sit with that and see how that feels for you coming into the calendar year of 2024. But I would like to really take this opportunity to thank you for choosing me to share in your journey and for being a part of my own. And may you have the time and space for connection, for play, creative inspiration over this holiday period, filling your cup up along the way and giving to yourself in a healthy, balanced way. Take care, my dear friends. Nurture yourselves, and I look forward to co-creating in 2024. The light, the love, the divinity within me honors the light, the love, the divinity within you. Namaste.